Don't listen to them. They're going to support you no matter what. But I'm the one who's going to make the difference. I'm the one who's going to
Yes.
make the change.
Yes.
They can't do that. So let me,
Yes.
let me send you away. Let me send you away so your mind, your heart, all of those things can be restored and clear. You can think with clarity, you know, because the waters are there. It's healing all in this
Yes.
place. So
It took to come here. I lost how to minimize my trouble and
Jesus.
maximize God.
Ah,
And it took me to come here
my
to
God.
remember how to minimize my trouble and maximize God, because I've been magnifying my trouble and minimizing God, and allowed me to come here. And God said, don't maximize your trouble. You can't sing from a place of your trouble. You can't worship from a place of your. These people don't need your trouble. They don't need to sing. They don't need you to sing a song from your trouble. They need you to sing a song from me. They need you to sing a song that's gonna bring a life. So it taught me how, again, once I lost, how to minimize my trouble and maximize
yes,
God.
God.
Oh, bye.
Jesus.
It's on and popping now.
Yes,
I
yes.
know for me, when I was on the beach, God was just speaking to me. He was like, I have created the heavens and the earth. And I have created you for such a time as this. And he says, now I'm creating a spiritual earth on the inside of us to consume us like fire. And I was like, really?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Tabernacle.
It's like
Rebuilding it.
he gave me this piece, and then as I began to, like she said, minimize my problems and execute him, he's gonna give us the pieces to the puzzle
Yes.
and the plans and what he has in store for us to do in the kingdom. Because we've been churched enough.
Oh, come on, say that.
Churched to kingdom.
Yes.
And the fight for us to transition has been so hard for some of us.
Yes.
Till we like, it's like, for me, I kept telling them, I said, y'all, it's hard for me to push. But now I'm understanding why the push is so hard. Because the transition is not church anymore, it's kingdom.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, so I'm like,
Thank you, God.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share when you said that what the Lord said about His creation, as the transition of the midnight to today, we saw the clouds as we would worship Him. We had our hands lifted up at the shoreline. I looked up at the sky. I saw clouds with their hands lifted up. We took
Jesus.
pictures, and we just began to weep because I was once told that animals and different things didn't have soul. But in the Word of God that I read, He was the creator of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that everything that has breath, I don't know if the clouds have breath, but they're controlled.
They have
And they
air,
control.
and that's what brings what it is. Without the air, it could not exist.
They was lifting up, she got it on camera, I believe. She got it on camera. And as the clouds began to transition, we began to see angels. The whole sky, as they was worshiping with us.
Us.
Yeah.
The word said, they said, I would not let a rock cry out for me.
Uh-huh.
The angels and the
My God.
angels sit a little higher than we. So they feel us. And it was just awesome. I had to come here to get it. Y'all just don't know what I'm going
Yes,
I
Lord,
did it on
God
live stream
be the
for
glory.
Facebook. Did the angels, as she was talking about, they were on this side. So I put it in the middle. Apostle Marlon Hester tuned in, and he said, the fire of the Lord is in the middle. The cloud up there looked like fire. And it did. He says, but listen to the sea. he said, the sound is consistent. And he said, the water, just as the clouds, as he said, they are obeying God. He said, Father, forgive
Without
us.
question.
He said, without question.
Without question.
He said, Father, forgive us for not obeying you. He said, look at it. He told me, he said, daughter, don't come back without that fire. And when I tell you, in the middle, it was just like fire coming out the air over the sea.
Mm.
Y'all got to see it.
Kim, you wanted to say?
Yeah, this morning, like when I had woke up, I had set my alarm clock for 5 o'clock, and when I had got up, I just kept hearing in my ear like sacrifice. And like before I got here, like I had just like a whole bunch of question marks in my head because I didn't really know like what I was about to step into. And it was we had went in Prophetess Q room, and she had to start, you know, giving out different assignments and stuff. And it was like I left out and I had went back to my room, and it was just like I had just began to like cry. And I didn't really know what was going on, but in my spirit, all I kept hearing was like, I'm scared. So I immediately went to Mama Michelle's room, and I was just like, I'm scared. I just kept saying it, and I did not, you know, I didn't really know why. And this morning, you know, he just kept saying sacrifice. And as I came down here, and I had begun to step in the water, it was like the waves start coming, and they started off at like a slow pace. And before I knew it, like they just started just coming, almost like an overflow. And God began to speak, you know, to me, and he started saying that because you made a sacrifice, it was like everything that I've been lacking, everything that I've been missing, everything that I have lost, it was like I actually felt those things coming, but they was like coming through the waves. And each thing that it was almost like God just started just like reminding me, like peace, strength, just stuff that I have lost. Like God just started reminding me, but he was reminding me by the waves. And before I knew it, the waves was coming upon me so strong, like they was like to my knee. And I started looking down like, wow, you know, God is so amazing. And he just began to like speak to me and just say, you know, in this season, like he has to like bring us out the norm. Because we so used to being programmed. And even in Chicago, it's like you got to be programmed. Everything is programmed. And God just been speaking to me like, I'm going to bring you out the norm. And I don't need you to question me. I just need you to walk with me. So, you know, after I walked away, it was like I just started taking steps. And they were small steps. I was like, I'm thinking. But God just said, you know, I just want you to trust me. So
That's funny because as she was saying that, you know, when you first hit the water, you know, you're kind of unstable, right? So you're trying to find your footing. And this just really blew my mind. But the more the waves came, the more it took over. But the sand softened so that you could take a stand. And then when I looked down, I couldn't see my feet because my feet was covered in the sand. But I found my footing without seeing my feet. I found a way to stand, and I wasn't in control because even the things around me began to respond and helping me to keep the stance that was necessary to not fall or to not waver or to lose my balance. And all I could hear the Spirit of the Lord say was, this is what the problem is. We want to see and be in control of everything, but everything will respond to you because naturally you already have the dominion. You already have everything in you to stand. You just got to believe it without seeing it. to know that we have it. We're spoiled people because, like Katrina even said, we I need to see it to believe that. Now, you know, I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's coming. I need to know, you know, the outcome. But while we were standing there, God was in full control, and he was like, so you don't think I can hold you better than you can hold yourself? You think you can beat me at doing what I do? You think that you got control? He says, no, I'm going to show you what control is. He says, command the light to come forth. You can't without me. Command the winds to blow. You cannot without me. So as many people as there are all around this resort doing whatever they're doing, they sacrifice to come here to vacation, and they're squandering it. And when they leave here, they may feel rested, or they may wear themselves out and need another vacation to get over the vacation. And here you are, you're pouring out and you're touching people's lives, you're making a difference in people's lives, you're giving them the word that they can stand on. You've touched people that otherwise ain't nobody gave a hug to, and God knows how long, at least not a hug with love behind it. You know what I'm saying? And so even this morning, as each of you were really sharing, I was like, wow, God, this is amazing, because I mean, each of you have kind of shared bits and pieces, you know, for the most part, about some of the stuff you've gone through and that kind of thing. And now here we are. Your struggle don't even matter. Your struggle no longer matters. So that means the enemy cannot get your foothold when you go back. So every time he tries to raise his naked little head, because he ain't got nothing, so it's naked, he ain't got no power, you remind him that you now know that your problem solver is bigger than your problem. The terrible God will overcome your troubles. And anything and everything that has tried to hinder you. Because see, all y'all you can't go back the same. You can't go back the same. Because when you've been exposed to something different, I said yesterday, become viral. So don't keep what you've experienced to yourself. Now, where you go, create this for yourself. You all now know how to create this for yourself. So even if it's not in the church building, remember you're the church. And when you need that building up, come together, go sit to lunch, go find a quiet spot, go sit and begin to pour into each other, encourage each other, build each other up. And it's not to come together and tell you what my problems are, you tell me what yours are, now we pray. No, we're not going to give acknowledgement to that. We're not going to give acknowledgement to that. We're going to give acknowledgement to, okay, trouble may be coming, but I remember God said he'll raise up a standard. I may be in the middle of a storm, but he said I can speak to it and say peace. But if I speak to it and call it what its name is, now I give value to its plan and not the purpose of God to empower me to overcome. So it's not like we're saying these things don't exist. We're saying there's someone that exists higher. And rather than to focus on it, I'm going to focus on him, because I need the restoration, because I'm in the dark place. And the only way I can come up and I can come out is when I believe what he's saying instead of what I see all the time. Because you can see what he said when you change your focus.
Yes.
Amen?
Come on, higher.
Amen?
That's when the same thing happened to me on the beach. So when I went further in the lakes, in the water, and the winds, the waves started coming, and I noticed that by this time the sand had leveled out and your feet were sinking. And the one thing that he told me, and just to piggyback off what you said, because I opened up my arms and the wind is coming, the waves are coming, everything was working in harmony. And it says, that's when you receive your power. That's when you walk in your authority, in your plan, and allow God to just be God.
Yeah.
Because it was no fighting.
It was no fight.
I couldn't see anything. I just knew I was doing what he said to do.
Yeah.
And I just believe that. Yeah, that's good.